Wow. So, welcome to my live reactions for Microsoft conference. Gotta be honest, that was one of the best conferences I've ever seen from Microsoft's behalf. And I've been watching E3 for several years now. I've been a gamer since I was 7. But I forgot when was my actual first E3 that I ever watched. But I'm just mind blown from this conference. This is one of the best conferences I ever seen from Microsoft. It could be different for everyone else, but I just wanted to go through this, and I just wanted to get that out there first because it was a lot of games. It was a lot of content, so I could go long. So this might take long to upload, but I definitely want to go through everything that was said and all the games announced and all the different news updates and stuff that was shown. So I have about 4 pages here, so I'm going to try to hurry up and go through all this as much as I can, and give my reactions towards the end about what I thought about the games and stuff. It was a shit ton of games, to be honest. So it was already a rumor that I already heard about, was the new console. It's a different version of the Xbox. It's going to be called the Xbox One S or the Xbox One Slim, and that's going to be coming in this August. But they kick things off with the new Gears of War. The perfect shirt actually I'm wearing for this video for my reactions. Gears of War 4. Which is going to be coming October 11, 2016. And the majority of these games were Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive games. And going through the whole, looking at all the games that were announced here for my list of notes. But speaking of Gears of War 4, they showed some co-op campaign for that game and a new horde mode that was announced for Gears of War 4. And along with that, they revealed an Xbox Elite controller that's gonna an Xbox Elite controller that's designed with gears. They had that gears design all over. It looked really cool, and it's a perfect controller you would probably want to play on your Xbox. Next was Killer Instinct. It was some news regarding Killer Instinct, the fighting game. If you love this game, you'll probably love the news here, and it kind of relates to Gears of War. There's going to be a new character coming to the game. It's going to be General Raam from Gears of War, and he's going to be a playable character. And this is going to be only for Xbox One and Windows 10. But I'm not going to keep saying Xbox One and Windows 10 because the majority of this stuff that was shown, again, was is only for Xbox One and Windows 10. A new Forza game. I saw this coming, and this was one of the predictable games because it's always like a new Forza every year. Forza Horizon 3 was announced. And that's going to be coming September 27th of 2016. And they showed off 4-player campaign co-op, which is the first time this game is going to actually have that feature for Forza. Recore was shown. Right after that was Final Fantasy 15 for all those Final Fantasy fans out there. I'm a new Final Fantasy fan. My first Final Fantasy game I ever played was Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2. That was the first game I ever played from start to finish as an actual Final Fantasy game. And I just started up Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9. And I'm switching in between so many different Final Fantasy games. And I was playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 6 earlier as well. But they showed off Final Fantasy 15, displaying a new battle system and gameplay. And that's going to be coming September 30th of this year. And one thing I wanted to mention for one of these Final Fantasy games, not just for Final Fantasy, but with these JRPGs that they're coming out with, where's the turn-based ability? What happened to the turn-based battle system? I kind of missed that from these RPGs, and now it's starting to look like Kingdom Hearts with all the just when you get to run around and just attack whenever you want to, explore the world, and it's like this open world feeling. It just reminds me of Kingdom Hearts now, and I think ever since Kingdom Hearts started doing that, now it's been like a pattern with all these JRPGs doing that as well. So I'm trying to keep my laptop running here because I'm trying to upload other videos because I don't want it to die out on me while I record this video. So I'm trying to keep it going. They showed right after Final Fantasy 15 was the Division DLC. They zoomed out when they showed like the title of the DLC. So all I wrote down was New Division DLC Underground, and the release date that I also caught, which is June 28th. Is it called Tom Clancy's The Division Underground, or was it some other parts of that title? Because I hate when they do that, when they show like a game and some gameplay, they end up zooming out and you can't really see like the title and what's shown. You can't really get a good look at the gameplay when they zoom out on the games that they're showing on display. More Battlefield 1 was shown, and guess what? It was the same trailer from yesterday, so that's nothing really new and to get all excited for, because we already seen it yesterday. We watched the Battlefield reveal, and then the 64-player multiplayer was also shown if you guys wanted to check out gameplay. But it was the same identical trailer that they already showed. And if you don't already know this, Battlefield 1 is going to be playable first on October 13th on Xbox, so you can play it early as an Xbox player. But I think the original release date was October 21st. New Xbox One features. Also apologize, there's so much noise outside too, kids screaming, but I'm just trying to keep it going here. New Xbox One features were announced, where you can pick and choose whatever language you want to that you prefer, the preferred language wherever you are at a friend's house, wherever you're playing at, and then also background music, so you can play all your favorite songs and all your favorite tunes that you like to listen to while you play games. And they mentioned some kind of feature with Cortana, so it's probably going to be her voice implemented into the feature. But these Xbox One features will be coming this fall. And then they talked about clubs on Xbox Live, where you can create your own group and can create your own community, and wherever you want to, with your select few players that you like to play with, for a group of people that you want to play with. And they said, and I was looking for a group feature where it's used to find players from Minecraft, Division, other games. You can basically play with anyone that you want to play with and that you prefer. And then Arena for Xbox Live, where you can sign up for tournaments, compete solo or with teams. So that's going to bring like a competitive scene for some of these other games that you guys like to play. Xbox Live Friendly update, where you can play with friends on any device. They showed during the stream, they showed like someone playing on an iPad, not an iPod, an iPad player, someone that was playing on the Xbox from Xbox Live, and someone that was playing from the Oculus with the VR playing Minecraft. So they showed that off, and that's going to be coming this fall. And then some other updates. Speaking of Minecraft, Minecon is going to start this September. And then right after that, they showed just like they had like a display with just a lot of controllers with just different colors and different designs that you can choose from. But I don't know what that was all about. But right after that, they showed Inside, which is from the developers from Limbo, and that's going to be coming June 29th. Next was indies. Cuphead, that looks pretty good. That's my favorite indie game that they showed. Cuphead, Far, Shadow Tactics. I didn't get all of them because they were going really fast. Stardew Valley, The Culling, Raiders, Everspace, Ark, and Daisy. And I could be missing a couple others, but I'm actually just only get those written down for indies. And then one other thing about Limbo is going to be free to play on Xbox Live today, starting today, so you can download it for free off of Xbox Live. Try to keep this thing running here. But We Happy Few. So I thought this was like a new BioShock game, but this was gonna be available on Xbox Game Preview, and it looked really good, and it sort of kind of scared me with just the different mines and the clowns and stuff. It was really brutal, and I think they were eating like just human flesh. It was really creepy, but it looked really good. CD Projekt Red had a new title, a new game. It's called Gwent, and it's going to be multiplayer. It's going to feature multiplayer and campaign. It's called Gwent, the Witcher card game. And if you guys are interested in this, you can head over to playgwent.com. I'm going to have this in the description of the video. Playgwent.com to register for the beta, and then the actual game is going to be coming this September. Now, this one was a surprise. I thought this was Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but it wasn't. It showed Akuma fighting Heihachi one-on-one. It was an epic brawl. This was really sweet, and how they showed them fighting each other. But the game was Tekken 7, and that's not going to be coming out till next year, sometime in 2017. and they mentioned that all Xbox Live Gold members get Tekken Tag Tournament free, which is now backwards compatible on Xbox One. So now you can get that game for free as an Xbox Live Gold member. Dead Rising 4 was next, and I heard a rumor about that, just a leak from social media. Another Xbox One Windows 10 game. And all these games that I mentioned so far are for Xbox One Windows 10. I didn't see any details for We Happy Few and Tekken 7. And but Dead Rising 4 is another one of those Xbox One and Windows 10 games. Scalebound, I heard of this last year's at last year's E3, so this is not really something new, but the one thing that they showed was actual gameplay. From watching Scalebound, which is not coming out till 2017, they just showcased a boss fight, and from watching the entire gameplay, I immediately thought of Devil May Cry. The protagonist sounds just like it. He doesn't sound just like him, but it gives you that feeling like it's like another version of Devil May Cry, just based on the gameplay, the protagonist, based on how he talks. It just gives you that whole. It's the Xbox version of Devil May Cry, so it looked pretty good from the gameplay and with the different monsters, but it played almost identical to Devil May Cry, but it was pretty fun. Next we have Sea of Thieves by Rare that was shown. I don't know. I didn't really care too much for that, but me, I like the Banjo Kazooie. I wish they would make another Banjo Kazooie, but it's ruined. It's because I heard Nuts and Bolts wasn't really all that good, but that's something I really wanted to look for from Rare. But State of Decay 2 was next. This was really good. Xbox One and Windows 10, and then Halo Wars 2. Was announced and shown off coming February 21st of 2017. And another detail for Halo Wars, regarding Halo Wars 2, is that there will be a week-long beta for Xbox One launch for Halo Wars. And I think it's I didn't get any, is it this week for the beta? I probably missed that part, but it is going to be a beta for Halo Wars 2. And then to finish up, the finale was the newest Xbox console that's coming out next year, the Scorpio, and it's called Project Scorpio. That's coming in 2017, and Phil Spencer talked about the games that will, all games will be available to play on it, and you can play without boundaries. So I don't know how to feel about a new console, honestly, because then they just kind of how long have these consoles have been out, for Xbox One and the other games, and it's nice to see that they're making a new console, but this is going to be like the 4K resolution. The Project Scorpio is going to be the 4K resolution, just like almost similar to the PlayStation Neo system, with just higher graphics and all that stuff. But I don't know what else it's probably going to have at different features and stuff, and I know the games are probably going to run at 60 frames per second at a higher rate, but and they're gonna play better. But I just feel like all those features should have been there from in the first place from these next gen consoles. So now people don't say next gen, it's current gen. But I feel like if it was so-called next gen, these features would already be in there. But it was pretty cool to see, and overall I liked the conference, and I think again this was one of the best conferences I've seen from Microsoft. By far. This is just my opinion. Everyone else might have something different. And from watching the conference, I would definitely recommend it to anyone out there, whether you're a fan of Microsoft or maybe you missed it and you didn't get a chance to watch it. You probably don't like Microsoft that much, and I know people have different opinions. People like a different console more than the other. They prefer different games and different types. Everyone's different. But me, I'm a gamer. I don't have a preference. I just like any game that's fun to play, and as long as I can enjoy it for what it is. I don't care about the graphics. I've never been a gamer that's into, oh, it has to have the best graphics and stuff. If a game has just like bad graphics, it can still shine and turn out to be good and playable, in my opinion, and be a good game if it's fun, it has a good plot, the characters are likable, and a great story, and the fun factor, and maybe just a replay value if you want to go back and you think you would want to go back and play the game again. But those are the things that matter to me. I don't really care about graphics and stuff, but as long as I can enjoy the game for what it is, that's all I really care about. But it's just nice to see that this conference was full of games and stuff, and I think this is one of the best conferences from by Microsoft. But we don't know what Sony's going to do, what PlayStation's going to show, and then Nintendo is tomorrow, so we don't know what to expect. But I really enjoyed this conference, and my favorite games, Tekken 7, that was one of my favorites when they showed it off. Final Fantasy 15 looked pretty good. Gears of War 4, Halo Wars, all these different announcements, but I didn't really pay too much attention to indies, and me being a non-Minecraft player, I barely play Minecraft. I only played it like twice. I don't own the real game. I only played the demo like 2 times. So but all the announcements overall was really good. The conference was great. But I hope you guys check it out if you haven't. Let me know what you guys thought about the conference and share your thoughts below if you guys want to. And I definitely recommend it if you haven't watched it, and to check it out and check out see what games you like the best for the conference. And maybe you guys probably don't really care about the Scorpio and all the virtual reality stuff that they shown, but the conference had everything. They had games and they had features, and they basically had everything. And I haven't really said this before, but this is definitely one of their best conferences they ever delivered. They really delivered when it came to this. This is just my opinion. Everyone else could be having something different, shitting on the conference and saying, oh, it's a waste of time, it was boring. Some parts might be boring to others, but I really enjoyed it for what it is. But those are my reactions. Thanks for watching, and share your thoughts below, and let me know what you guys thought about the conference, Microsoft's press conference of E3 2016. And I'll be back later today with Ubisoft and Sony later tonight.